Afternoon, everyone. I want to do a little shout out to the Grove family for opening up their home for us all last night. We had a great time over there. Holy Spirit filled. It was just great. And thanks, Blake and Katie, for coming out and spearheading the event. Safe travels on your way back home. Anyway, so interestingly, about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun, and you know how things go. But I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was praying and the Holy Spirit told me that He was done with church as we all currently know it. And He was starting a new thing. And the new thing was going to be powerhouses. Now, when I say powerhouses, what I'm talking about is energy, like Holy Spirit-filled powerhouses. And last night, while we were all praying and worshiping and communing together, Holy Spirit told me, He's like, Jade, this is just a little tiny glimpse, a little taste, a little microcosm of what I'm wanting to do on a larger scale, all over Lake County, all over California, all over the U.S. And He's like, this is a little taste of what I'm wanting you guys to all start going into. Now, interestingly, while we were worshiping and praising and praying last night, I had this impression to look up Clydesdales. Now, ever since I was a little kid, I've never really liked horses, but if I had a favorite horse, it would be a Clydesdale. Ever since I was like 7 years old, I loved Clydesdales. I thought they were awesome. And I had this impression to look up Clydesdales, and so I grabbed my phone and I started looking up Clydesdales, and lo and behold, Clydesdales can weigh up around a ton. One Clydesdale can pull an immense 8,000 pounds. It's pretty incredible. So you would think if you put 2 random Clydesdales together to pull, that 2 Clydesdales yoked together would pull 8,000 with another horse pulling 8,000, 16,000 pounds, right? That's not how it works. What actually happens is they can pull 24,000 pounds, 2 random Clydesdales yoked together. Now, what happens when you take two young Clydesdales and you train them up together, and they've since they were young, they've been pulling and training together. Those same 2 Clydesdales that have trained together since they were young can pull 32,000 pounds compared to 2 random Clydesdales pulling 24,000 pounds. So the Holy Spirit then said to me, Jade, you remember where it says in the Bible, lest you be born again in the Spirit? You won't enter the kingdom, right? Well, when you're born again, you're young. It doesn't matter your actual physical age. When you're born again in the Spirit, you're brand new. You're young. So when we all who are born again come together, when we pull together on a certain event, we're praying together, we're fasting together, we're worshiping together, we're singing together, we're praising God together. That's us training. When we're doing that since we're young, since we've been born again, we become mighty, just like those two Clydesdales that trained since they were young. We become mighty in the Spirit, all the way to pulling down strongholds over Lake County, demonic strongholds over Lake County, demonic strongholds over California, demonic strongholds over our country. We're in a pretty dark place at the moment. And God just said, Jade, you all need to just keep training together. Keep pulling in the Spirit together. Keep kindling the fire on our altars together. Keep praising and worshiping together. And as you do, as you start maturing in the Spirit, you're going to start gaining strength in the Spirit. And with the help of the Holy Spirit, we can start tearing down these strongholds that have got to come down, the high places that have got to come down. I have my Bible here, and he took me to a verse this morning that ties it all in quite nicely. I'm going to let you guys have a look at the view while I'm reading this here. This is in Matthew chapter 11, verses, hold on, sorry if the phone's moving around a bit, but verse 28, 29, and 30. Matthew chapter 11, 28, 29, and 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Put my yoke upon your shoulders. It might appear heavy at first, but it is perfectly fitted to your curves. Learn from me, for I am gentle and humble of heart. When you are yoked to me, your weary souls will find rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Anyway, everyone, on that note, I'm going to leave you all to it. Blessings. I love you all, and have a great rest of your day. And yeah, God's working. God's working in mysterious ways at the moment.